Hello everyone, my name is Xiaolin Wang. Today I feel so happy to represent CCANB to introduce Chinese calligraphy. As we know, Chinese calligraphy very popular in China. So because Chinese calligraphy just like spiritual of Chinese culture in China. So everyone try to practicing and write Chinese calligraphy. Chinese calligraphy, the materials have the soft brush, very soft. So the soft brush have the different size, small one and middle and so big, so different. And soft paper. And traditional using this ink plate, and traditional use the ink solid, need to spend more time to on the stove, need grade and input water, so mixed got the black ink. So that means when we grade the solid ink, we also make our feeling to keep calm down, and we can face to face ourselves. So this is the soft brush shelf. And currently we're using the convenience, so easy the liquid ink. So when we travel, and we can take with us. And this one, the so small one ink plate, we can combine together. So this one, the square paper for student using, because the Chinese character are square, we need one character right in this square. Cannot so small, cannot so big, should be right in center. So once we write in Chinese calligraphy, we should be keep our body, so the upright should be kept energized enough, so right in the center. We write a character, we just like observe ourselves. Before the 40 years ago, the materials are handmade, and currently there are two choices. One is handmade, one is made by machine. Chinese calligraphy has more than 3,000 years of history. Since the beginning of 6,000 years ago, Chinese character were only pictograph. So just like a mountain and a river, so come from pictograph. So during the ancient times, Chinese calligraphy, as my opinion, had three functions. So the first function, people had to face birth, age, heart disease, and death, and war, hunger, and natural disaster. At that time, people want to predict and pray, seek for peace and health, and love kindness. So they sculpture their thoughts on bones, animal bones, and stones, also on woods, and write their thoughts on bamboo, silk, to express their feeling, to pass down the next generation. And the second functions, lot of literators wrote letters to express their regards. Once they have fresh good tea or fresh goods, they want to share or introduce their family or friends. Once they suffering as the reason of war, they want to express their feeling, they wrote and record. they miss their family. So these persons have difficult opinion with government, and they always are disappointed. They frequently wrote poems and books to release their stress and record their patriotism. So, and now we still can read in their true minds. So the third functions in the palace and government, there are many literators working for government. They need to write formal format documents, still have different Chinese character shape. So we can look the different this style sculpture on stones. And this style, so using on before the Qin dynasty, very traditional. And this style, so using for the Han dynasty, so using the for government and palace, very popular. And everyone knows this calligraphy master Wang Xizhi write Xing very famous. And this is Chinese calligraphy cursive. So on Tang dynasty. And this is the very square using on the Tang dynasty. Very famous. And this one is a small Chinese character. So the Ming calligraphy master writing. So I introduced the three functions for ancient times, and currently I still thinking 3 points on the currently times. So the first one is many students and people like Chinese calligraphy. People are focused on writing skills. It means they want to practice writing Chinese calligraphy to improve our aesthetics and life philosophy. Try to perceive the thoughts behind the words of Chinese calligraphy, the master. And when we practice the Chinese calligraphy, we try to make our life slow and thinking enlightenment more fulfilling. We can so observe ourselves, make our keep calm down. The second functions, there are a lot of Chinese calligraphy teachers on middle school and university. They can teach Chinese calligraphy. These are also there are many artists. They enjoyed calligraphy and the Chinese traditional painting. As a lot of people know, Chinese calligraphy are foundation with the Chinese traditional painting. So if the master have the good foundations, they can practice good traditional painting. So once the painting master, and then they need to write Chinese calligraphy on these pieces. So this is the Ming Dynasty, the master painting. They write Chinese calligraphy and still have the stone ink. Also, every painting have Chinese calligraphy. So very beautiful. And And also, these artists, they enjoy and create a lot of good pieces. And as we know, still have more competitions for Chinese calligraphy all over the China. So for the third functions, we know for meditations, some people want to write in Chinese calligraphy. They want to try to know yourself. Every day to observe ourselves. Try to, for example, try to our breath, health, emotions, and the change of qi in our body. So when we write in Chinese calligraphy, day by day later, we have common sense to thinking. Who am I? Where I come from? Where I will go? Even though we have no exact answer, but we want to cherish our time. We try our best to love the people around us and try to our best to benefit or help the communities. And we just do it. So every day we try to love the natural world and the universe. So the Chinese calligraphy is just like our Chinese spiritual home in China, especially during the COVID-19 or certain time. We want to keep peace and keep health. And now we sincerely to pray for everyone, peace and health. Thank you. Today we would like to share the Chinese calligraphy. So the main point is a Dragon Boat Festival. So today we'd like using the Chinese character 端午安康. The meaning is 端午, peace and health. So at ancient times, we using the traditional solid ink. So just like this one, put a little water on the stove, mix the water and this solid ink, grade and grade. So also just like keep my feeling, so keep quietly. So face to face ourselves. And now we're using the liquid ink. Soft paper, soft brush,